Hi friends, it is me Syed Bilal, Academic Counselor, IGNO Study Center, Vadakanjeri. Today I am going to discuss with you emergence of sociology. Emergence of sociology. Emergence of sociology. Before beginning, I am going to ask you a question. What is sociology? What is sociology? Sociology means the scientific study of society. Sociology means scientific study of society. The word sociology came from Latin word socios. Latin word socios. Socius means society. And Greek word logos. Logos means science. So we can say that sociology is the scientific study of society. Next, we are going to study who is the founding father of sociology. The founding father of sociology is Auguste Comte. Auguste Comte. Auguste Comte was a French philosopher who coined the word sociology. The word sociology was coined by Auguste Comte in 1839. Moreover, he told that sociology is the scientific study of society. One of the most famous theory proposed by Auguste Comte is positivism. Positivism. What is positivism? Social phenomena can be studied using the scientific method. What are the scientific methods? Observation, classification, and experimenting. These methods used by natural science can be used to solve the social issues. So he is regarded as the founding father of sociology. At first, he called sociology social physics. Then he called the sociology as a new name, as a new branch of society. Now let us discuss the factors which led to the emergence of sociology. There are various factors which led to the emergence of sociology. First one, industrialization. What is industrialization? The use of machines to have production in the field of production. Use of machines in the field of production is called industrialization. When the industrialization happened, the attitude of people have been changed. The people were generally agriculturists, they were farmers. The agrarian society was paved way to the industrial societies. When the industrialization occurred, people migrated from the rural area to the urban area. Large scale urbanization was came up with. As a result, the social structure undergone tremendous changes. Moreover, the joint family system was collapsed. The nuclear family system was came into existence. So, as a result, people began to think rationally, and those who were conservatives, they feared this type of drastic change in the society. They were in favor of having a peace and an order in the society. But As far as the radicals, like Frederick Engels, he thought that a social transformation is very essential for the maintenance of society.
అవును.
Now let us discuss the second factor which led to the emergence of sociology. What was the second factor which led to the emergence of sociology? Enlightenment. Enlightenment was the second factor which led to the emergence of sociology. The Enlightenment thinkers told that using the ration, man can solve any problems. They denied the old philosophical methods of idealism and the religious beliefs. They thought that human mind or human thought, human logic, human ration can solve any problems. So the Enlightenment thinkers could change the society and change the social order in a large extent. So in short, that they felt that reason can solve reason can solve problems of man. So it was against the traditional belief, traditional ideologies, traditional rituals. Let us discuss the third factor which led to the emergence of sociology, that is scientific revolution. When the scientific revolution happened in 18th century, the attitude of people towards the nature utterly changed. Man began to observe the nature. Man began to observe the nature and try to understand what is the motive, what is the reason behind the social phenomena. So it is called a scientific revolution. Many scientists like Isaac Newton invented many theories like gravitational theory. He found the reason behind falling any object, and he found that the earth is pulling every object towards its central point. So the attitude of people towards nature was changed. Before earlier, the people thought that the nature is God and the all natural phenomena such as lightning, thunder were worshipped by man. But now the attitude of man towards the nature changed as a result of these scientific theories, scientific revolution. Moreover, the geocentric theory was replaced as heliocentric theory by Copernicus. So, the revolutions in the field of science made drastic change in the attitude of man towards the nature.
నా
Today,
ఏ
now let us discuss the fourth factor which led to the emergence of sociology, that is French Revolution. We know that French Revolution happened in 1789. French Revolution happened in 1789. What was the cause behind the French Revolution? The only cause behind the French Revolution was the exploitation of priests and the Bourbon kings, the laymen, the ordinary people, the peasants. So people organized against the exploitation and they led revolt against the French regime. At last, they held many slogans: fraternity, secularism, brotherhood, and they could become successful. So after the French Revolution, the thought of man was utterly changed. They thought that people need a government which is not exploiting the man. The people will have freedom. The people will have fraternity. The people will have a democracy. They would be able to express their opinions freely. They should have freedom to live. They would have freedom to believe in any ideology. They would have belief to accumulate wealth. The, they should have to be lead a comfortable and happy life. Let us discuss what is anthropology and what is social anthropology and what is the background with the emergence of anthropology as a discipline. At first, I ask you what is anthropology? The word anthropology derived from the root word anthropos. Anthropos. Anthropos means man. Anthropos means man. And logos. Logos means science. So, anthropology means science of man. So, we can say that anthropology is the study of man. Anthropology is study of man, society, culture, and development. So we are studying now the anthropology. The word anthropology derived from the root word anthropos. Anthropos means man, and the word logos. Logos means science. So we can say that anthropology is the study of man, society, culture, and development. Now let us discuss what is modern anthropology. Modern anthropology. Father of modern anthropology is Bronislaw Malinowski. Bronislaw Malinowski. He has contributed much in the development of sociology, especially the social anthropology. He believed in the field approach. That is why he conducted an elaborate study in Trobriand Islands of Melanesia. Trobriand, Trobriand Islands of Melanesia. So, his book, famous from 1915 to 1918, the Trobriand Islands of Melanesia. He conducted a research in the Trobriand Islands of Melanesia, and he could find that the field approach with the participant observation is the method of attaining knowledge in anthropology. Now let us discuss about some of the pioneers of social anthropology and their contribution in the field of anthropology. First one, Bronislaw Malinowski. What method was adopted by Bronislaw Malinowski in order to study the social phenomenon? He was he used the method ethnographic method with participant observation. Moreover, he wrote a book, namely Agronauts of Western Pacific. in 1922. And another book, Crime and Punishment, in Savage Society in 1926. So these are the two books written by Bronislaw Malinowski. Then let us discuss another social anthropologist, Radcliffe Brown. Radcliffe Brown. Radcliffe Brown has made tremendous contribution in the field of anthropology. The method used by Radcliffe Brown is theoretical method. The method used by Radcliffe Brown is theoretical method. And he was a structural functionalist. He was a structural functionalist. He conducted an elaborate study in Andaman Island and wrote a book, The Andaman Islanders. His book is Andaman Islanders. A study in anthropology. In 1922. So, we introduced Radcliffe Brown. The method used by Radcliffe Brown was theoretical method, and he was a structural functionalist. Moreover, he wrote one of the famous book, Andaman Islanders, a study in anthropology in 1922.
That.
Another social anthropologist who made tremendous contribution in the field of social anthropology was Marcel Mauss. He was a sociologist and anthropologist. He was both sociologist and anthropologist. He was the only scientist who studied a comparative study between the forms of exchange and social structure. Forms of exchange. Forms of exchange and social structure. So he conducted a comparative study between forms of exchange and social structure. He is regarded as the founding father of sociology in France. Founding father of sociology in France. So we were discussing about Marcel Mauss. He is both sociologist and anthropologist. One of the main peculiarity of Marcel Mauss is that he conducted a comparative study between the forms of exchange and social structure. And moreover, he is regarded as the founding father of sociology in France. And his famous book, let us introduce his famous book, Gift. One of the famous book is Gift, which is written in 1922. Now let's have a glance on the two phases of development of anthropology or social anthropology. First phase, the, the social thinkers who were influenced by the Renaissance, the early sociologists, they could separate anthropology from history. They could make anthropology a specific subject, and they told that anthropology is not history, but anthropology is study of man. civilization. Thus, they could separate social anthropology from history because they were influenced largely by Renaissance. After the Renaissance, men have a tendency that human reason and logic can solve any problems of the society. Moreover, Hoybel, one of the social anthropologists, told that anthropology stems from natural science. Anthropology stems from natural science. And anthropology has a tradition. It has a tradition of natural science. So this is the first step of anthropology. And also E. Evans, another anthropologist who regard that sociology is both branch of natural science and humanities. Some social thinkers regard anthropology as the branch of natural science. Some socialists regard anthropology as the branch of humanities. And as far as Ivan is concerned, he is one who proposes that the social anthropology is the branch of humanities. So this is the first step. Now let us discuss the second phase. The second phase of development of social anthropology. It is in 1840s. In 1840s, there was a change in natural science. There was a change in the method of natural science. The static equilibrium. The static equilibrium of natural science transformed into dynamic. We know that the theories of natural science is static. But in 1840s, there was a change in the theories of natural science. It was the dynamic. Why does a change in natural science occur? It was the influence of evolution by Darwin. As we know that Charles Darwin stated that everything is evolving from simple to complex. This theory was largely influenced by the social anthropologist. Moreover, in 1860s, in 1860s, there was a trend to unify physical anthropology with prehistory and ethnology. A trend to unify. There was a trend to unify the physical anthropology with ethnology and prehistory. So, in 1860s, there was a trend among the social anthropologists to unify the physical anthropology with ethnology and prehistory. This time, anthropology became a separate discipline because the unification of physical anthropology with ethnology and prehistory made a significant change and it became an academic discipline this time. So let us summarize the topic we have been studied so far. Today we studied at first what is sociology. The sociology is the scientific study of society, and we told that Auguste Comte was the founding father of sociology and he coined the word sociology also. Then we discussed the four factors which led to the emergence of sociology. Factors led to emergence of sociology. So at first we discussed industrialization. We know that industrialization is use of machines or technology in the field of commerce and trade. And when the industrialization happened, the agrarian social structure was transformed into industrial social structure, and many changes have been brought about in the field of family structure, political life, and personal relationship and social interactions after the industrialization. Second point, we discussed that scientific revolution. When the scientific revolution came into existence, the people began to observe the natural phenomena and tried to find out the reasons behind these natural phenomena. Moreover, the scientific method have been used by the common people in order to analyze the social problems. Third one, we discussed the French Revolution. We know that the French Revolution was staged against the exploitations made by priests, made by Bourbon kings, made by landlords. This was the factors which tempted man, which forced man to think rationally against the exploitation which have been done by the kings, the landlords, the priests. Fourth one, the Enlightenment. The Enlightenment thinkers put forward the idea that reason can solve the social problems of the man. Any problems can be solved and sought out using the logic and reason. So, this is the summary of the topic we discussed.